to be astonished.
That's right. And on that note, Vic Nasty, we're running a few minutes behind, but I don't think he's going to be too upset with us. It's the Marty Monologues featuring Marty Wombacher of the wildly popular blog, Meanwhile Back in Peoria.com. And as I oh, there it is. I lost the phone number. I got to pound this in here, and we'll get Marty on the line. And again, Mr. Norm Kelly, PeoriaHistorian.blogspot.com. Check out his blog and read some great stories about the history of this. Last week with Marty, we talked about burning down the gin room.
Hey, what the fuck is going on?
Man, look,
you're supposed to call me at 9:30.
We went over a little bit. I apologize.
I'm just kidding. You know, it actually worked out perfectly. I just walked in the door like 2 minutes ago.
Oh, perfect, man. That's awesome. So I don't feel so bad then.
No, it was perfect. In fact, coming home, I was like, I kind of forgot about it. And I'm like, oh fuck, those guys are going to call me while I'm on the road. And then I did. I walked in. And I don't have a smartphone. Like I got a dumb phone, so I don't look at stuff online. I don't look at stuff online when I'm out and about. And I'm like, wow, I wonder if they're not doing the show tonight. Because then I quickly turned it on. I saw you guys were on a little late, which is fine.
Oh yeah, we were talking with Norm Kelly and. You know, Marty, I don't know if you know Norm, but
no.
He's so much fun to talk to and just a great storyteller, and it's hard to get off the line with him. You know, just so many great stories, and I never want to end it. But we always look forward to talking with you. And after burning down the gin room last week, dude, I can't wait to hear what you got for us this week.
Well, actually, I don't. Tonight is, again, one of those weeks I'm a little ill-prepared because, again, coming home, it's kind of like, oh, fuck, I didn't really get anything together. A couple things I just want to touch on are things that just really bug the shit out of me. One is, do you guys ever go to Huck's?
Yes.
These fucking polar pop drinks that they sell. I just don't understand. I don't understand why someone needs that much soda in a cup. And I saw a guy there, and I mean, huh?
I was just going to say they've got, like, I think the biggest size now is like 44. I mean, it's almost a 2-liter bucket of pop.
Yeah, and I saw a guy today drinking one of them in a straw, and you just look like a fucking moron drinking that much soda. I mean, I can see buying that much and putting it in your refrigerator and pouring a glass, but to be walking around your job, which this guy was, with one of these things, I just want to say, do you know what kind of a fucking jackass you look like? Drinking that much soda at one clip? I mean, it's just, I mean, I'm not for outlawing that shit like Bloomberg did in New York. Bloomberg actually put in a law to where you can't sell drinks that big anymore, which I'm against. It's like, if somebody wants to buy it, fine, but just realize that you look like a total fucking asshole drinking one of those things.
No shit, man. And your kidneys just love you for it.
Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, I quit drinking soda a couple of years ago. I drink tea all day, and then I go right into beer. So I'm not walking health thing, but that bugs me. And then another thing today that I noticed that I wanted to talk about was there's I live out on Willow Knolls Road between Allen Road and University. On University is I don't know, it's like a women's health thing or whatever. I guess they perform abortions there.
Yes,
and
sir.
on Sundays, on Sundays, these fucking people all have to line up with their little fucking sign saying, you know, abortion's horrible, let's pray to end abortion, this and that, and they spend their whole day Sunday doing it. I mean, this has gone on for years. There was a place in that same little area. It used to be down, it's back when there was a Chinese place in that shopping center there, and it was down below the hill. And they would congregate there in front of the place so that any woman or girl that, you know, has to go in there to get an abortion because she, for whatever reason, she feels like she has to do it, which I feel is their own business. They would all be out there yelling at people. Well, me and my brother Jim used to take, he did it more than me because he was nuts. They'd be like congregated in front of the place, out in the parking lot in like a circle, so these women and girls or whatever would have to walk through them and get extra more shame from these assholes. So he would floor his car right straight towards them and just watch them scatter because they thought they were going to be hit. And to me, it's like, I was talking to a friend of mine. I drove by today, and I just flipped them all off. And one of them was like a little 6-year-old girl that I think she started to cry.
Oh, damn,
Marty.
Marty.
Well, good, Marty. Well, it's like, good, because why are you taking your little girl out to hold some anti-abortion sign? It's not against the law, and it's like, it's not really any of their businesses if some woman wants to get an abortion. And
you know, Marty,
the more I thought...
It's funny you mentioned that women's health place right there on the corner of University and Willow Knolls. You know what they have right next door to it?
I do, because I drive by. It's school?
Yeah, it's a child care facility.
Right.
So, you know, I just find it really kind of kooky and crazy that you got the abortion clinic here, and then right next door to it, you got the daycare.
Right. No, I see what you mean, but I don't, personally, I was talking to a friend of mine about this today, and I said, I can talk about this on the Big Perm Show. It's like, what I'd really like to form is a pro-abortion league. Because I see our civilization and our culture, it's just every generation becomes stupid, and I'm part of this too, becomes stupider and more of like an asshole generation than the next. So it's like, you know what, let's just abort every pregnant female from here on in, and let's just end this shit. Let's stop it. Because
well, you know, Marty,
I don't want to see... What?
I was going to say, if you look at society today, I mean, you know, you just take animals, for example. You know, the weak fall off. And, you know, here we are, we make all kinds of laws that keep the weak from falling off and keep stupid people around. And it's just, it boggles my mind.
Well, I would like to put into play is just to say, you know what, enough's enough. We've all gotten stupid enough to where, like, all you go is see people staring at their phones or their tablets. No one's talking. So let's just abort the rest of this whole world, and this is going to be the end of it. Ebola's coming. Who wants to bring a kid into this shit anyway? There isn't any jobs. It's not really a rosy future for anybody that's coming into this world. I don't see it getting any better. Do you?
You know, Marty, I'm 38 years old, be 39 on the 22nd of this month. I have no children, and that's by choice. And every day that passes by, I'm, you know, thankful that I don't have kids, because
me too.
My kids and their grandkids, it's not going to be the world that I thought we would grow up in.
Well, it's funny. I was out to eat with friends of mine at One World Cafe night. It's my pizza night. You can read about it on Tuesday. But we started having this conversation. I'm 56, and it's like years and years and years ago. Me and my brother Jim, when we were teenagers, we both said to each other, "You know what? I don't want to have kids. I don't want to do that shit." And we kind of looked at the whole American dream of having kids and a house and 2 cars, and it's like, you know what? That's more of like a fucking nightmare. I don't want to do that shit. I just want to live in a little shitty apartment my whole life and do what I want to do. And that's what I've done. And it is funny, and I'm not putting it down if you have kids. If you want to do it, fine. All I'm saying is good luck with the kids that are being born today, because, you know, there's not a lot out there for them. And it is funny. It's like one time I was living in New York for like 5 years, and I came back here to Peoria and met some people I went to high school with at a bar and stuff, and there was this one girl I went to high school with. I won't say her name, but she like wouldn't look at me. I hadn't seen her in like 20 years, and I said, "Hey, blah blah blah, how you doing?" And she said, "Oh, okay, how are you?" I said, "I'm doing pretty good." She said, "Oh yeah, I bet you are. You're the one that didn't have any kids. You never bought a house, and so you can just live footloose and fancy free out in New York, like, you know, there's no troubles at all." And I said, "Yeah, I can." And she was like pissed off about it, because later on I found out she'd gotten divorced. She had like 3 kids. Her life had just been shitty. But it's like, well, you made those decisions. You know, no one put a gun to your head. And
no one made you do that.
No, and it's like these people that spend their whole day Sunday holding up signs against abortion. Go out and do something useful for the day. And a lot of them were little kids too. And I thought, you know, it really just rubbed me the wrong way. And I thought, what a bunch of low-life, idiot scumballs. It's like if a woman gets pregnant and doesn't want to have the kid, I don't know. A lot of people say it's murder or whatever. I just don't see it that way. I just see it as one less person that has to go through this bullshit.
You know, and me personally, without getting too deep into that issue, I do as well believe that it should be up to the individual, and I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, me too. Like I say, I'm more along the lines of pro-abortion. It's like the less people we have coming in here, the better. I don't. So
well,
down the road.
Some of those tinfoil hat wearing people think that there's an agenda to reduce the Earth's population anyway, and we're only going to be 500 million strong worldwide before long. So,
well,
who knows?
I don't think that would be such a bad thing.
You never know, man. Those that believe in the New World Order and all that stuff coming in, things get kind of crazy when you go down that rabbit hole, but who knows, man?
Yeah, I don't believe in anything. I mean, I've given up on our government, and I don't believe in any of these kind of New World theories or conspiracies. I don't believe in any of it. It's just all I want to do is get through the next day, and because I've pretty much given up on government and everything. It's just you know what, just let me get through this shit. And the last thing that I went through, and it'd be a whole nother monologue, I got to see the whole Occupy Wall Street thing in person in New York.
Right.
And their hearts were in the right place. They tried to do the right thing. And what they did, and it was all blacked out, was in the end, all that happened was, and I knew a guy that got arrested for it, and he had a press card to be there. In the end, Bloomberg said no news agencies can be within 6 blocks of Zuccotti Park. They took down 2 helicopters from NBC and ABC. They took them out of the sky. And when all the people were cleared, a friend of mine was there. Like I say, he works for a news agency, and he wouldn't leave.
Right.
There were a couple other news people that said, we have press credentials that say we can cover this. What they were told was, fuck you, you either get out of here or you're going to jail. Well, they went to jail, and then they proceeded to storm Zuccotti Park, beat the shit out of everybody in there, and throw everyone in jail. So that's kind of what you get if you want to try and protest anything these days. And that is literally, because I knew a lot of people that were down there, and they all just got thrown in jail, and it didn't get covered. If you Google Occupy Wall Street press blackout New York City, you'll see articles about it. It was pretty much blacked out all over the media. No one really reported on it. But Bloomberg basically went in there and arrested. In that park, they were occupied that park for a reason, because there was a statute that said you can stay in that park 24/7. It's one of the few ones in New York City, and they weren't breaking any laws. There was another myth about Occupy Wall Street, is that they were shitting and pissing everywhere because they had no bathrooms. There were 10 restaurants down there that loved those people because they spent a lot of money, and they cleaned the restaurants for the people. And they gave them access to their bathrooms 24/7.
No kidding.
Yeah, and it's something that didn't get reported on. And that is when I did kind of think, you know what, there's just no hope for anything. These people tried to change things, and all they did was get stormtrooped into jail, and then it didn't get reported on the news. And like I said, you can read about it. It is out there, but it just wasn't that widely reported. I mean, I was there. I witnessed it, and I had friends of mine that went through it. But I thought, you just can't really even protest anymore, because the government will come in and just fuck you around. And, I'm not a Democrat or a Republican. I did, way back when Obama ran, I kind of thought maybe this guy will make a difference, and he hasn't. I had faith in him, and I don't think he's been that good of a president, and I don't think the next one will be that good either, be it Republican or Democrat. I've just kind of given up on the whole system.
Yeah, Marty, it's a sad state of affairs.
It is, and I don't see it getting any better. So it's you want to cry about not bringing any more people into this world? I don't. If I was a kid, I wouldn't want to be brought in here. So there's my little weekly dose of sunshine.
Oh yes. Well, Marty comes ill prepared and brings the show down to a crashing halt where we all just want to jump off a cliff.
Well, but in reality, that's what it is, and it's too bad. And we become a culture again of where I do believe the government and people like it, to where everyone's just staring at their phones, looking at these funny cat videos and stuff, and not reading the news. Or finding out what's going on.
Right.
I think they love that shit. It's like, no one really gives a shit anymore, and it's just kind of it's just become kind of a pathetic country to me.
Well, and today people are so self-absorbed, and busy with their lives, and don't see outside of their little bubble.
I know.
And each generation, as you'd mentioned, just seems to become a bigger asshole than the one prior. And as I'm growing older, I've noticed that. Especially driving the cab around town 60 hours a week. I've seen.
You meet so many people.
Oh, how attitudes have changed. It's just in my short life.
Well, I think kids today see there's no real future. I mean, unless you've got a good specialized medical job. I mean, when I was growing up, I'm old enough. Like, I worked at Fleming Potter in the 80s, and I was in the graphic arts union. I didn't go to college, but I was making, $50,000, $60,000 a year without a college education. Everybody that went to CAT was getting that. You went to Hiram Walker. You went to Pabst. There are all these jobs in Peoria. They're all gone now.
Yes.
Good luck getting on a Costco, who pays somewhat well for a chain store, but the odds are maybe you'll get on a Walmart for, if you're lucky, $9 an hour.
Yikes.
And I think that's what a lot of kids are looking at, and that's why I think a lot of kids just don't give a fuck, and they just want to stare at their phones and not think about things, because if they do, it's probably just too depressing for them.
Well, Marty Wombacher, from the wildly popular blog, meanwhileBackInPeoria.com, with the Marty Monologues, joining us every Sunday night, typically at 9:30, even though we were a little late this week.
That's okay. I was a little late, too.
Hey, no worries, my man. Well, Vic Nasty, you got any last words for Marty?
Hey, Marty, keep grinding. Can't wait to read the next story you throw up on the internet, man.
All right, thanks, Vic. It'll be up tomorrow sometime, around 11.
Right on. Well, Marty, we also look forward to doing lunch on the 19th, and we'll be in touch soon to work out some time and details.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I'm planning on that. I got the day free.
Right on, Marty. Well, thanks again for taking the time tonight, man. As always, it's been a freaking blast, dude. You take care and have yourself a great night.
All right, great talking with you guys. We'll see you in a little bit.
Later on, bud.
All right, we'll see you.